Yaw Smatmcuks Nts Laaqwmays. Slhiixwta nu, slhiixwta as die stam. Laaqwmays as die nu Laaqwmays. So let's get straight into it. Present context. If you're this far in the video, I shouldn't have to explain what I'm doing. Stl'mstaliwa, Dr. Clyde Talio. Flipgrid, Laaqwmays. We caught up? Okay, good. Present context of the word slhiixwta in our house of Stl'mstaliwa. So we are going to be talking about, and I might say this a lot, favorite people. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. I don't play favorites. If you're close to me, if I like you, you're my favorite. That's just how it works. I'm sorry. I'm not very good with the English language. That's why I try to learn New Hulk. So I'm going to talk about one of my favorite people. His name is Slhiixwta. So many things I could say about this man, but I'll keep it professional, and I will just say that this present context is about him because of the work that he has poured his heart and his soul and his very young life into. A lot of times I forget how young he is, actually, and then I have a conversation with him, and I'm like, oh yeah. But no, so what I would like to focus on is slhiixwta, meaning treasure. It can contain a handful of things, masks, usually rattles, things that might have been specifically curated for a winter ceremony, or a very important part of a potlatch would have been kept in your new slhiixwta. I don't think that's the act. I keep saying that. I think there's a more specific word for what you would call a treasure box. So Clyde started studying when he was very young. Started learning. He, like most of us, always kind of heard New Hulk, but wasn't always around it. And then he threw himself into it. And some of the stuff that he threw himself into was recordings. And if you've ever listened to New Hulk recordings, you'll realize how bad the audio is. I'm going to see if I can... If you've never listened, let's see. That's probably going to be really bad to go back and look at. I thought it was fun. Anyways, that is kind of what they sound like. So it's like listening to an MP3 player in a balloon underwater with some headphones on. It's really hard to understand what they are saying half the time. And Clyde studiously studied these clips, and one of the many things that he had found through listening was the description of cedar stripping. And so him and a friend went out and did it, and now you can't go to any function without a cedar hat. And same with, that might not be a slhiixwta, but that process, that tradition, that I think is a slhiixwta. And that was lost. It wasn't forgotten. It was, it's just one of those things that wasn't handed down. And then same with dances, such as the snail dance, such as the khun, the hummingbird, the yaqui song. All of these were treasures that were once, again, not lost, but buried under the sands of time and expertly preserved by our linguistical archaeologist that we are lucky enough to have in our valley, who has been blessed as a doctor. None of this would be possible without him. He knows how appreciative I am of him. I don't think he'll watch these, but if he does, Laaqwmays. That's it. That's all I got for today, guys. Laaqwmays. Salutations from your favorite salmon belly.